Yalana, yalana, hine ma tov. Yalala, yalala, imanayim. Yalana, yalana, shevet achim. Shevet achim gam yachad. Shevet achim gam yachad.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. The message from our prayer Hine Matov, the idea of Shevet Achim Gam Yachad, when we all sit together in unity and peace, and how beautiful and pleasant it is. We have had quite the week, and we are entering into Shabbat. And I'm going to ask you all for 25 hours to focus on the positive, to think of our country and our world right now in its perfect state, as it should be, and push aside all the stress from this week and imagine that we are in a world that, in a country where we all are Shevet Achim Gam Yachad, when we are all sitting together as brothers and sisters in unity. And so as we enter into this Shabbat tonight, I want to just let go of that pain, let go of the loss, let go of whatever you're feeling tonight that's stressing you out, and think about this lovely period of Shabbat that allows us that peace and unity and love and joy. Where it grows dark, I light 2 candles and drink a sip of wine, and the world changes for one day if I let it. There will be music and friendship and food if I allow it. There will be Torah and wisdom and goodness if I permit it. There will be quiet and napping and deep rest if I'm open to it. There will be study and expansion and new ideas if I consent to it. There will be prayer and blessings and meditation if I give into it. There will be hope and renewal and clarity if I walk toward it. If I let it, if I allow it, if I permit it, if I open up to it, the world changes for one day. Shabbat happens if I let it.
We're going to continue now with L'chad Odi, welcoming in the Shabbat spirit as we let go of our stress. And as Rabbi Sidney said, welcome in all the positive things that we can focus on this Shabbat.
L'chad Odi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. L'chad Odi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'diborecha, yishmi'anu el am yuchad. Adonai echad u'shemo echad, l'shem u'tiferet ולצילה. l'chad Odi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. l'chad Odi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי המקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה. סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. l'chad Odi, לקראת כלה, פני שבת nekabela. l'chad Odi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, אורי חברי, כבוד אדוני, עלייך נראה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. בואי שלום, עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמונה עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי כלה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
Continue now with Shalom Aleichem.
שלום עליכם, מלאכי השערי, מלאכי עליון. מי מלך מלאכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. בואכם לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי העליון. מי מלך מלאכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ברכוני לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי העליון. מי מלך מלאכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. צאתכם לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי העליון. מי מלך מלאכי המלכים, קדוש ברוך הוא.
Now we bring a little bit of extra light into the world on Shabbat. On Shabbat, we light 2 candles for the commandment to Shemor ve'zachor et HaShabbat, to guard and to keep the Sabbath. And when the Sabbath goes out for Havdalah tomorrow night, we light at least a 3-wick candle. The idea that after Shabbat, we leave this day of holiness with just a little bit more light than we came into it with. So we're going to create some of that light tonight and be some additional light heading into this next week, with the help of our Sabbath. So please, if you've got your Shabbat candles, pull them out now and light with me. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav metzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. And now our symbol of joy, our wine. We sanctify not only the wine, but also the day of Shabbat together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron l'maseh v'reishit Ki hu yom techila lemikra kodesh zecher letziyat mitzrayim ki vanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol hamim V'shabbat kodshecha ve'ava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. L'chaim. And Rabbi Molly actually is going to lead us in the motzi, because unlike me, she actually has challah.
Only thanks to Nestor.
Thanks to Nestor. Yes.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'te'avon. Te'avon, if you are enjoying a Shabbat meal, enjoy. And we are going to continue with our service, with our call to worship, Baruch Hu. If you're able, please rise and join with us.
Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la.
Standing, you may be seated, and we continue now with our Ma'ariv Aravim prayer. This is an hour of change. Within it, we stand uncertain on the border. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it, we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim. We'll continue now with Ahavat Olam.
Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael, Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael, Ahava great love, what a great love you have given us. What a great love, what a great love you have given us. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Va'er. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Va'er. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha uv'chol nafshecha uv'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavcha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uvlechtecha v'derech uv'shokbecha uv'kumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot beinenecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha Leman tizkeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'yitem kedoshim lelohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim v'hiyot lachem lelohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem Emet. Continue now with Micha Mocha, our redemption song that comes from the Exodus story in our Torah. And we, I think, sometimes forget or take for granted that our Torah, our inheritance, brought this gift to the whole world, this idea of redemption, the possibility of redemption and justice. This Exodus story was the first of its kind to offer the idea that humans can walk hand in hand through these narrow places to create a world that is redeemed. And we know when we retell the story every year at Passover that it was not easy, that before they got to the water, that things were horrible and that people were scared to walk through the path, through the narrow waters into the space that would ultimately lead to freedom. But the way they did it was by walking hand in hand together. We're going to continue with Micha Mocha, our redemption song, reminding us that we can work together to create justice.
Ba'elim Adonai, O mi kamocha, nedar bakodesh, O nora tehilo, O sefele, O nora tehilo, O sefele. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? Is all I've ever known. Redemption song, redemption song.
Continue with Hashkivenu, asking God to help create a shelter of peace over us in the darkness.
Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Ushmot tzeitzenu uvoenu lechaim ushalom me'ata ve'ad olam. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim.
So tonight, as we move into our Amidah, we're going to give you some space for private prayer and reflection. So we're going to start with the opening lines of Adonai, open my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. And I know all of us probably have prayers on our minds tonight of peace and justice and clarity. And we want to leave you with those this evening to express to God personally. So let's start. If you're able to, please rise. We'll start with our Adonai Tzvatai Tiftach and then have some silent space.
Adonai Sifatai Tiftach Ufi Agid Tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Yalla lai lai lai, 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 yalla lai lai lai. Veshameru hu b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ וביום השביעי שבת וינפש יאי די די לי די די יאי די די יאי די 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 יאי די די Oh, say shalom, Bimroma. Oh, say shalom, Bimroma. Hu yase shalom. Hu yase shalom. Hu yase shalom aleinu. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. Oh, say shalom, Bimroma. Oh, say shalom, Bimroma. Hu yase shalom. Hu yase shalom. Hu yase shalom aleinu. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down.
So I want to bring a little bit of levity and some positivity to our Shabbat, and just in reflection of last week, Rabbi Molly and Josh and I are going to share some deep learnings that we had over the past 72 hours as the election has unfolded. And I know that many of you are very concerned about the results, regardless of what side you sit on. And yet there are points of light. There are bright spots. And I want to start because one of the bright spots, I think, is a rather funny story. I had, when I was a teenager, I was at this big special conference and I was all dressed up and I was wearing a suit, skirt, and heels and pantyhose. Yes, people used to wear pantyhose. And what I didn't realize when I was at this conference, I had gone to the bathroom and I walked out, and I started walking into the boardroom where we were all meeting, and somebody stopped me and told me that I had tucked my skirt into my pantyhose in the back. And I'm sure you can imagine I was deeply, deeply embarrassed. And at first, I was almost mad at the person who pointed it out to me. It's like when you walk around with toilet paper stuck to your shoe and somebody points it out. And at first, I was a little bit angry at the person who told me, but then I realized, thank God they pointed it out to me before it became a really big mistake. And so my deep learning from this election, and I think I had this learning 4 years ago, actually, but now it is just cemented even more. When the election results came in last year, 4 years ago, Rabbi Rachel Nussbaum over at Covenant asked me to write something to the community. And in this letter to the community, I had written, we all woke up this morning not to an America changed, but an America revealed. And she asked me to take the line out because she truly did not feel that it was indicative, the election was indicative of the direction the country was going in, and that it was a bit of a fluke. And I think this election has taught us all that there are some deep divides and there is a lot of work to do. But just like me with my skirt tucked into my pantyhose, without this election pointing it out to us, we have no way of fixing it. So it's so important that this election happened, that we saw what came out of it. And regardless of what side you sit on, it's very clear that we are deeply divided. And we need to start understanding each other's hurt and each other's pain. And thank God for our political system, because it has showed us the things that we really need to work on. It's not work that didn't need to be done a week ago, a month ago, 10 years ago, but now we're aware and it's time to get to work. So Rabbi Molly, what was your deep learning, positive reflection on this election?
So Rabbi Sidney asked us at the beginning to focus on positive things that have come out of this election. And I think one thing that's on everyone's mind is the level of civic engagement that we've seen in our country. And for anyone who studied Talmud with me, you know that one of the things I love about Talmud is that it values the opinions of different people, even when they are in disagreement, and weaves together a structure in which people's opinions are upheld and people who disagree deeply can still be in conversation. And while there are so many pieces of our country that feel torn right now, I think one thing that's really positive is that people care enough to vote and to make their voice heard through their vote. And in particular, two things that I've been thinking about as a Jew, as a woman, in the arc of history, it has not been that long that it was not so long ago that I would not have been considered a full citizen whose voice mattered. And so reminding myself not to take that for granted. And the other really cool thing is seeing how our teens have engaged in this voting season and how much they care about it, how many young people have turned out to vote. We have some awesome, wonderful teens who are just barely missing their 18th birthday is coming up next week, and they're so upset that they weren't able to vote. And I think I cared about voting when I turned 18, but not like that. And so that's really cool to see people caring so much. And we've had our teens, we participated in the Religious Action Center's civic engagement learning program for 2 weeks. We've had teens participating in Reclaim Our Vote, making phone calls, doing phone banking, writing postcards. And that's really incredible that people who they can't even legally vote yet care enough and are passionate enough to put in this effort to try and encourage other people to vote. So I think that's one positive thing we've seen this year.
And Josh?
So I, like many people, have just been glued to the TV, watching the count come in, and at one point my Fire Stick actually said, "Are you actually still there?" It was 3 a.m, and it'd probably been on for 48 hours. I wasn't watching straight, but I'm pretty engaged with all of this stuff, and so many of the pundits have been yelling about X, Y, or Z, and some are saying even if one side wins a political victory, there's still the moral victory to think about. And how could so many people vote for the other person when I believe this way or the other? And this one, I don't remember which pundit said this just statement that pierced through all of it for a second, and just said, well, think about the hurt. You're shocked that 70 million people voted for something that you find abhorrent, and they obviously disagree with the way that you believe, but we are deeply, deeply divided. Just as you said, Rabbi Sidney, at the beginning, there is a lot of work to do. And I think I'm noticing emerging is an awareness of that. Like it's no longer useful for us to just sit here and say the other side's evil. And we have got to come together as a country, and we hear certain political leaders saying that message, and I'm starting to hear political pundits kind of dropping the temperature of their rhetoric and just saying we want to see healing. And I think that really comes down to empathy, and I'm encouraged. I don't know what the future holds or what change will happen, but I'm encouraged to hear that entering into the dialogue. It's time for us to stop looking at the other as other and evil and say, wow, there is a lot of hurt. If we disagree as much as it seems like we do, I need to do a better job of trying to understand where that's coming from. And I'm just encouraged to be hearing that message, and I hope that means that brighter days are ahead.
And I just want to remind everybody, the world hasn't changed. There's still so many positive things that we can hold on to. Right now, I'm listening to my mother interact with my 2-year-old, and just looking out the window at the beautiful changing of the leaves. There is so much beauty in our country, in our families, and we have so much to still be grateful for. So I know I've heard from a lot of you saying that if the election goes this way or that way, you're leaving the country. And I just want to encourage you, as much as I deeply understand the fear, I just want to say we can't check out. It won't get better if we leave. And when I interviewed for this position at TBT, I was asked about Israel. And somebody said, what were my views on Israel? And I said that no matter what our views are on the current situation in the Middle East, love of Israel is paramount for all of us as Jews. Regardless of whether or not we agree with the politics, if we check out and we take ourselves out of the conversation, then we have no right to complain, and we have no ability to fix it. So America's the same. America's the same right now. If we check out and we pull back and we leave, then we don't get a voice and we don't get a choice. And so right now is a time to lean in further, not to pull back. So we're all going to lean in together, and we're going to embrace each other, and we're going to make it through whatever the next few days, weeks, or months might hold. And we're going to make sure our country is whole and stable when we come out on the other side. So Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We're going to move to the conclusion of our service, first starting with our Mishaberach prayer, thinking of all of those in our congregation who are in need of our prayers tonight, and a prayer for healing. And I think our country is also in deep need of this prayer as well. So we're going to pray together for congregants: Valentina Darachovsky, Azrael Early, Rohan Early, Tara Landry, Myra Masig, Patricia Shapiro, Orly Sherman, Amy Thornton, Deborah Newmans-Castengay, Lindsay Robinson, Laura Armstrong, Stacy Hetzel, Diane Turner, Michael Sirkinpool, Jacqueline Tara Smith, Kalina Suzawa, Deborah Rose, Sid Rubin, Liliana Oxsmith, Hans Wheel, Sylvia Brown, Phil Grinker, Jeffrey Finn, Benjamin Dominitz, Terry Callett, Pam Shane Johnson, Eileen Kreisman, Ronnie Haber, Mark Beeler, Sherry Schnabel, Carlene Ackerman, Scott Bush, Lisa Bush, and Danielle Sirkin-Poole. We join together in our prayer for healing with our Mishaberach.
Mishaberach Avotenu Abraham, Yitzchak, v'Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, v'Leah, Hu yevarech v'yirapeh et hacholim. Mishaberach Mishaberach Avotenu Abraham, Yitzchak, v'Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, v'Leah, Hu yevarech v'yirapeh et hacholim. Elna Refana la, Elna Refana la, Elna Refana la, Elna Refana la. Mishaberach Avotenu Abraham, Yitzchak, v'Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, v'Leah, Hu yevarech v'yirapeh et hacholim.
We're going to continue now with Aleinu. If you are able, please rise and join with us. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, latet gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kigoye ha'aratzot, velo samanu kamishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, v'goralenu kechohamonam, v'anachnu korim, Umishtachavim umodim, lifnei melech malchei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu. V'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad.
Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. On this Shabbat evening, we think of the most recent loss of John Levy, friend of Lenora Blauman, and Sylvia Brown, one of our own congregants. We also remember the yahrzeits, the anniversary of the deaths of Rose Roth, Samuel Kodish, Morris Al-Hadef, Marvin Apple, Diane Slavkin Benson, Marion Dover, Abraham Fallick, Ron Frank, Ruth Gallos, Joseph Grossman, Louis O. Haas, Ed Kaufman, Morris Kirschenbaum, Betty Kleinberger, Samuel Kodish, Juliet Weiss Maloney, Gloria Ostrak, Phil Reibman, Leonard Martin Schwartz, and Joey Wess. We join together in our Kaddish Yatom, our prayer sanctifying God and thanking God for the lives that touched ours. We rise as we are able. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shmei Rabbah, be'alma divrach yortei v'amlich malchutei, v'chayachon uvyomachon uv'chayei dechol beit Israel, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru, Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam olamei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yithalev v'yithalal shmei dekudasha, b'richu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, de'amiran be'alma v'imru, Amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Israel, v'imru, Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Israel, ve'imru, Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say, Amen. We're going to end tonight with some words that we really deeply and desperately need. Olam chesed yibaneh. I will build this world from love. Love is the only transformative power on earth that ever leads to good. So let's start the building now.
Olam chesed yibaneh, yadadai, dai, yadadai, dai. Olam chesed yibaneh, yadadai, dai, dai, yadadai, dai. Olam chesed yibaneh, yadadai, dai, dai, yadadai, dai. Olam chesed yibaneh, yadadai, dai, yadadai, dai. I will build this world from love. Yadadai, dai, dai, yadadai, dai. And you must build this world from love. Yadadai, dai, dai, yadadai, dai. And if we build this world from love, yadadai, dai, dai, yadadai, dai, then God will build this world from love. yada-da-da. Olam chesed yibane, yada-da-da-da, 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 yada-da-da.
Shabbat shalom, everyone. Have a 25 hours of blessed peace.